Hey everybody, welcome and thank you for joining us for our January Sew and Tell. It seems like it's been forever since we've seen you. We didn't do this last month, so I have a table full of projects for you to see. We've got some great ideas and hopefully some great inspiration for you. Our first project is flowering snowflakes. This might look familiar because I actually showed this last month in the December projects. I used the pattern from the Santa design disc and turned it into a winter pillow instead of Santa. So flowering snowflakes is a design by oesd. They did the designs in really bright colors. I changed it to more muted colors, used a lot of metallic. It matched the metallic in the fabric. What I really liked about the pattern was the way they did the zipper flap on the back. It was just a very easy technique, and it gives a lot of interest to the back of the pillow. You can do the flap in a matching fabric, or you can do it in a contrasting. It's fun to have kind of a little bit of different color on the back of the pillow. So this is Flowering Snowflake by oesd. Our next project is a scissor tail stitches design, and it's called Smitten Kittens. Smitten Kittens is a design disc from Scissor Tail Stitches. Scissor Tail Stitches is the little sister of oesd. And these kittens were designed by Lisa Glanz. Lisa Glanz is the designer who did the Whimsy disc that we had a couple months ago. They are just so cute. The bucket full of kittens is great. Emily stitched it out on one of our checked towels. We have a great selection of towels at the stores that you can use for embroidery. And then Hannah, who loves cats also, made a pair of mittens and stitched the kittens on the mittens. So she has smitten kitten mittens. Try saying that fast 3 times. So this is just a fun design. You can use it in a variety of ways and many different things that you can do with it. Scissor Tail Stitches also did our next project, which is called Pretty Plumes. It's a beautiful design disc with feathers and created into different kinds of designs. Becky in the Littleton store found these great towels at Hobby Lobby and embroidered these beautiful stitches on the towels. These look like they're done with very heavy thread, but it's just the way the stitch is created. It goes back and forth over top of the same stitching multiple times, so it gives it that heavy hand-done look. So these are Pretty Plumes by Scissor Tail Stitches. All of the designs that we've done so far are from the December collection of oesd designs. They are available in the store. If you're not at the store, you don't have access to the store, you can also go to our website. On our website, if you go to products, click on the drop-down menu, go to the bottom, it will say embroidery. If you click on embroidery, it's going to pull up a page, and on that page is a link that will take you right to the oesd website. And from there, you can order the designs right off of the website and get them as a download. Knockdown Alphabet by oesd is our next project. This was also available in December, and this is a great design. You could use this for wedding gifts, you could use it for men, you can use it for women, you can change the color. It's a single color design, so it makes it really easy just to stitch it out. This was stitched on a terry cloth towel. It will be for my nephew Keegan. So when I stitched this, I put water-soluble Wet and Gone stabilizer in the hoop. I attached the towel to the stabilizer and then added a second layer of the Wet and Gone on top of the design so that as I stitched, it would help hold the nap down. After it was done, threw it in the washer, and that washed away all of the stabilizer. And I have a great towel to give Keegan for his birthday next month. On the design disc, they actually added a border of fabric along the bottom of the towel. It makes it look really nice, very professional. So this is Knockdown Alphabet by oesd. Our last design for December is Scissor Tail Stitches Up to Snow Good. Scissor tail stitches Up to Snow Good is a really cute winter project. It has nice open designs. They're quick to stitch. They're just very cute. My favorite is, I'm sorry for the things I said when it was winter, because I know we all feel that way sometimes. And what I also love about this project is it was created using some of our beautiful Kimberbell fabrics that we have at our Aurora and our Littleton store. It has been very dangerous to have fabric in the store. I used to just buy fabric when I needed it for a project. Now, because we have Kimberbell, I buy it all the time, whether I need it or not. So this is scissor tail stitches Up to Snow Good, and this is the last of our projects from December. Shannon Roberts has done it again with another fabulous chalkboard design called Love. This design disc has 8 designs on it created by Shannon Roberts to look like chalkboard designs. The nice thing about the designs is it comes in 3 sizes. This particular design is the largest size. Becky made this bag. She stitched the design on a piece of black fabric, and then she used one of Kimberbell's bags. And the great thing about the Kimberbell blanks is this bag is not assembled when you get it. So it's just a flat piece of fabric. You can do the stitching right on the bag. You don't have to unstitch it. You don't have to restitch it or unstitch it and then restitch it. You just open the bag out, do the stitching on it, and then sew up the side seams when you're done. So this is We Belong Together. The next project is a pillow that I made. Every time I send my daughter Larissa a text, I say, I love you, and she responds, love you more. So I thought this was a perfect project for her. This is also Kimberbell fabric, so this is a houndstooth check that Kimberbell has, and then I use the polka dots for the binding around the outside edge, which I love the look. And then I used matte thread to stitch out the design so it has more of that flat finish. I again used that great pillow finish. So this is the flap from the Santa Claus pillows I made last month, and I did it in the bright red polka dots, so it has just a nice contrast on the back of the pillow. One thing I have to tell you I'm really excited about, I found a new product. I don't know about you, but it's very difficult to try to mark on dark fabrics. It's just really hard to find something that will mark and then come out easily. So we discovered these Handy Quilter iron-off pencils. I figure if Handy Quilter created them for quilters, then they've got to work on a quilt. So what these are, it's more like a crayon. So you're going to mark on the fabric, do your project, and then a hot iron will take the markings right off. So I marked the center of this block with these crayons. When I was done, I just put the hot iron on it and it disappeared. They are a marvel in sewing and embroidery. This is a perfect example of the 3 sizes that the designs come in. So this is the same design. Amber made a bag and used the large size of this design, and then I made a towel using the medium size of the design. So we have the large, we have the medium, and then know that there is one size smaller than this. And again, because I had to mark on the black towel, I used those Handy Quilter crayon markers, and it worked perfectly to get it marked. Terry created our last project from this design disc. What I love about this is Terry found a piece of chalkboard fabric, so she stitched the design on the chalkboard fabric and then inserted it into the frame to give a great, I mean, it actually accomplishes what Shannon was trying to accomplish, where you have the chalkboard and the stitching that looks like chalk on the fabric. So this is Love by Shannon Roberts, and again, it is available in the stores, so you can stop into any of the stores and pick it up, or order it on the oesd website. Butterfly Alphabet by Scissortail Stitches, really a beautiful design. Rebecca in our Aurora store stitched this out. She did RMSV for our store and used maxi stitches from the FOF Creative Icon to finish the edges. This is actually stitched on one of oesd's garden flags. I know we've talked about these before, but these are great because it comes in a package. Again, it's an open project. So instead of having to make a garden flag or take something apart, this is going to be opened out flat. So you can embroider on one side, you can go back, do embroidery on the second side, and then you just sew up the sides and you've got a rod pocket in the middle so you have your garden flag. So this is the Butterfly Alphabet by Scissortail in a garden flag. And then because I made my nephew Keegan a towel, I also had to make my niece Brooklyn a towel. So this is, again, stitched on a terry cloth towel. On this particular project, because it's a denser design and I wanted to keep that nap contained, when I stitched this, I put water-soluble wet and gone or rinse away mesh in the hoop, attached the towel to it, and then on top of the design, I put Heat to Go. Heat to Go is an iron away stabilizer. And what's nice about an iron away is it's actually going to remain behind the design. So when I'm done with this and I wash it, I've got that plastic in between the towel and the stitching. So it's going to help keep those loops from the nap coming through the design. It was great on this particular project. I didn't really have to do any ironing because the design itself just perforated the topping away. But Heat to Go is a great topper on top of terry cloth or anything that you don't want to have to wash. You can just put the iron on it and it melts it away. So these are, again, Butterfly Alphabet. They're from Scissortail Stitches, and they are a lot of fun to stitch out. There's also the alphabet and then some freestanding butterflies that you can use in the design. Cheeky Cards by Scissortail Stitches is our next project. They are so clever when it comes to their designs. They have great puns, they have great sayings that they're using. This is actually a design disc that was created to sew on cards. So they intended them to be stitched on cards. A lot of times with cards, they have you applique a piece of fabric down first, and then you stitch it on the card. But this particular design, the designs are very open, so they can be stitched directly on the card. So Emily took one of the designs. It says, "Nobody else I'd rather roll with," and it's little sushi rolls on there. She stitched it on a towel and then added this fish stitch along the bottom. This is on the FOF Creative Icon, and it just makes a great addition to the towel. Amber in our Aurora store stitched the designs on the cards as they were intended to be stitched. oesd does have greeting cards available. They come in two sizes. They have a 5x7 and they have a 4x6. So she stitched out the shark with the saying, "You're fantastic." And then the other one is, "I would climb a smallish mountain for you." So they're just very clever designs. My favorite one on this disc is a picture of a pig, and it says, "Hogs and Kisses." So again, this is Scissortail Stitches. We have the designs in the store, or you can go again to our website, go to products, and get to the oesd website so you can order them there. So that's Cheeky Cards by Scissortail Stitches. Jerry Robinson and Blooming Wreaths by oesd brings us our next project. Using the Blooming Wreaths design disc, Becky made this great pillow. The designs are more gray and tan, almost a monochromatic look. She added a pop of orange, she put some bright green, put some metallic thread in it, and I love the way she created this pillow. So this fabric is, once again, some of our Kimberbell fabric from the Littleton store. She did an overlap pillow, but instead of putting the overlap on the back, she put it on the front. She had white on half, the orange on the other half, and then put it together using buttonholes and buttons to give it just this great, just happy look. So we have buttons, we have beautiful orange stitching, we have great Kimberbell fabric on this pillow that Becky made. And then Terry, it's always so interesting to me because I never know what we're going to get for samples from all of the presenters. Terry also used the same disc, the Blooming Wreaths by Jerry Robinson, and hers looks entirely different. She also added a pop of color. She put that little bit of rust in there. The colors are a little bit more what they have on the pattern, but she also stitched out the borders. So she has the borders that run around the outside edge of the pattern, and then she has the wreath in the center of the pillow. So we have two beautiful projects using the same design disc, but they look entirely different, and they're both beautiful creations. So this is Blooming Wreaths, OESD, and Jerry Robinson. Our last project by OESD this month is called Love Quilting. It's a line design quilt pattern by OESD, and Becky created this pattern, this beautiful table runner. She used 3 of the designs, and she actually stitched them with Floriani 12 weight thread. So it's a little bit heavier thread, and she used it to stitch out the patterns. And then she used some of our Kimberbell fabric. She used the swirls and the dots for the borders and the binding on the quilt. When she was stitching this, a few months ago, Lisa showed us some binding needles. They're hand sewing needles that are designed for binding. And I didn't really think much of them. Becky didn't really think much of them, but we each bought a set of them and have discovered that they are absolutely amazing to use for doing hand binding. It's a little bit heavier needle, so it's great and easy to get a hold of. And the eye of the needle is very large, so you can get the thread through. That was probably my favorite part of it, was the large eye needle that we could use. So this beautiful table runner is Love Quilting by OESD. And again, Becky stitched this with the 12 weight Floriani thread. Our last 2 projects are by anitagoodesign. They are from the January All Access book. This book has some great designs. It has mystical muses, cherubs, patchwork pets, some confetti bags. So this design, Sammy at our Aurora store created it. It is one of the designs from the Mystical Muses disc. It has applique as well as embroidery, and it's just a beautiful project that you could put on a pillow. She stitched it on a towel. You could put it on the back of a jacket. I mean, there's a variety of things that you could do with this really pretty Mystical Muses. And then Hannah in our Littleton store loves cats. So as soon as she saw the Patchwork Pets quilt, she just went crazy. She was all set to make a pillow. She wanted to have the cats in all 4 seasons, got started with the project and realized that she had created 2 of them in one size and 2 of them in the other size. So it didn't really work out quite like she thought, but we have 2 mini mug rugs. We have a winter set of cats. We have a fall cat. We have summer cats, and we have spring cats. So these are just very fun. They're whimsical, they're cute. The disc also has dogs. So if you are a dog lover, there's something there for you as well. These designs are available in the store. You will get them as a folder that has a download, or they can be ordered from the anitagoodesign website. So this is Mystical Muses and Patchwork Pets Quilt, and they are both from the January All Access by anitagoodesign. Thank you for joining us today. I really enjoyed showing you all the great projects that we have available and all the fun design discs. Be sure and stay tuned tomorrow. Mallory will be back with all of her So Fun projects, and I know you're anxious to see what she has. Thanks for joining us. I look forward to seeing you in February, and be sure and stop by any one of our Rocky Mountain locations, 3 in the Denver metro area and 1 in the Springs. We'll have samples and the design discs and everything available for you to purchase at the stores.